option you have with FluidMath is a guide and learning document. You might be wondering what that is. Guide and learning documents are designed to immerse your students into the content during instructional activities, while also providing a tool for direct support for your students during their learning journey. Compared to assignments, students will complete a task and submit it. You can choose to take a grade for it and send the grades to Schoology or not. On the other hand, guide and learning documents are intended to be a guided learning experience. Students do not submit their work. Generally, assignments give opportunities to practice and demonstrate learning. The primary focus of guided learning documents is teaching and learning. That means students receive instruction, they explore, and they practice. These documents are a great companion guide during instruction, where students can use these documents to interact with the content as you teach and record their ideas and thoughts. Let's take a few minutes going over the steps of how to assign an individual guided learning document. To begin with, click on Add Materials, then choose FluidMath from the list. Up at the top of your pop-up, you'll see the choice between assignments and guided learning documents. Choose Guided Learning Documents. If you own the document and it's in your account, you can find it here under the Choose button, or if the document is either open in a tab, or if you have it in another resource, you can copy and paste it from there. I happen to have it open in my tab. I can take the URL from the top address bar, or click Share and grab the URL. I can now paste, Control V. Now I do have a choice between individual or collaborative. The next video will focus on collaborative. We are going to be only focusing on this video on individual documents and how they work. An individual document means students get their own copy individually, and teachers get their teaching copy, and they are different documents, allowing the teacher to teach from one and a student to put their own ideas on their own copy. Clicking OK and Link. From here, I'll need to set up my teaching copy. When I click on this document, I can see that I have options of creating multiple copies. If I'm doing this for one time per period, I will only need one copy of it if I am doing this for whole group instruction. However, if I'm using this for small group instruction, I will likely need a copy for each group. So I will label this as Group 1 and click plus. My second group I'm going to label as Group 2 and repeating the process for Group 3. None of my students have yet opened it, so they're not populated right here yet. However, I do also have the option for a base document. A base document just means the original document link. If I own the document, I can click on the document here and make edits, which is ideal if you've noticed that you've made some mistakes during instruction during your first period. You can fix it before your second period comes in, and it gives you easy access to that document. However, any students that have opened the document already will not see any edits you make. The edits are only visible for students that have not yet opened the document. Let me show you what this looks like for a student. A student will open up the assignment, and you can see that it opens right up for them. I always encourage students to click on the three dots and click on Open this document in a new tab. The reason why is that in Schoology, you have these menu options that take up a lot of space on a student's screen, giving them less space to write. If a student clicks a box above the number 5 on their keyboard, it will allow them to put it in full screen, giving them even more space to write on. Hitting the box above the number 5 on their keyboard will once again put it in regular view. Students can also open and close the tab to give them more space to write with if they would like. At this point, my student can follow along with the lesson while I teach. My marks on my teaching document will not show up on my student document because they are individual documents. However, if a student is having difficulty and needs assistance, I can jump on my student document and help them. Let me show you what that looks like. On my left, I have my student document. On my right, I have my teacher page. On my teacher page, I can see my teacher documents. I can also see my student copies. I will click on my student document and join them on their document. And you can see that my bubble populated on my student document. And if I get on the same page that they're on, you can see that my cursor is now on their screen, and I'm also able to interact on their document, but on my device. I can provide additional support to my students. And as I'm marking on my screen, I'm actually marking on their document. Then my student on their side, I'm going to choose a different color to show this. The student can at this point interact with them on their document and put the answer in their box. And you can see that it is viewable on both of our sides. When I'm ready, I can leave my student's document simply by closing the tab on my screen, and you can see my bubble is now gone from their document. And I can return to my teaching document and pick up my instruction again. And you can see I'm the only one in my document because I'm no longer in my student's document. This is a summary of how individual guided learning documents can work in your classroom.